she's sleeping. Finally got that little nugget down for one. A little whiskey in their bottle never hurt nobody. Kidding. I'm joking. SJWs. I don't get my daughter drunk yet. She's got to be 12 first. Send her off into her teen years correctly. All right. This episode with Sophorn and Brian Lund was awesome. The stories that came out of it, the awareness that this man has and where he's come from. He told us, stories about being in a gang, being shot 4 times. Most of you goofballs haven't even got a tetanus shot in the last 10 years, let alone shot with a fucking handgun. I loved it so much. He meditates a lot. He's Asian American, and he hangs elephants up on his wall. He's got 4 children. He's been shot 4 times. Y'all seeing a synchronicity there? Huh? Before we get into this episode, first off, let me thank Brian Lund from Med City Beat. Came in. He is also telling a story, writing a story regarding some stuff you'll hear about in the show. And thank you to Cameo Restaurants. Zach Oli's been all the way supportive of the stationary astronauts and what we are trying to do, the stories we are trying to tell, and how we are trying to help the planet, We're really just trying to do it. We need to have the conversations that need to be had and relay them to the masses as much as we can. We have a lot of big interviews coming up. Awesome show coming up that, unfortunately, I threw out a teaser. I said I was going to announce it publicly. I cannot quite do that just because we are getting all of our ducks in a row with the agency and the act, and promotionally, we are going to do it correctly. This is going to be a fun time. I'm looking forward to it. Once again, thank you to Cameo Restaurant, Zach Oli especially. And also, thank you to Soltara Retreat Center. You guys, it's probably known now, I dabble in plant medicines. The funny thing is people think that I eat mushrooms every weekend. Dude, mushrooms frighten me. I respect them. I probably eat mushrooms every 20 to 24 months. Literally. And even then, I'm not a heroic doser. I don't need that. Once you're calibrated, you can have 1 full cap and stem and you blast off. I like to do that to recalibrate. Every probably 20 months, I do it. And it's funny because people think just because I support plant medicine and traveling to a further dimension and tapping into the ether to find yourself and to come back with universal love and understand that this thing we place up in the sky called God, it's really within us, and unconditional love for ourselves allows us to portray that into our everyday existence with our coworkers, with employees we might have, with teams we might lead, with teammates we might have, with our neighbor we might not see eye to eye with. That's the importance of psychedelia, because if you do it correctly, you come back with the same answer every single time. Be kinder, be nicer, be more loving, be more giving, be more understanding. And that's what Soltara offers to our planet. You guys, girls, rainbow people, there's something that happens when you go on one of these retreats. 50% of it is the medicine. The other 50% is the camaraderie, the connections. The willingness to hop on an airplane and go to a foreign land, foreign country, to tap into something that is just spoken about through passing, which gets your ball rolling. And then you do research, and then you really want to go experience and become a one percenter in the level of understanding, the world of understanding. That's what ayahuasca offers, and it is what you can receive if you go to Soltar Retreat Center. I can't stress that enough. They focus on the Shipibo tradition, which is a tradition because I have practiced Mestizo tradition, which is a completely different ballgame. I did that first multiple times prior to going down to Soltara. It allowed me to kind of work with the medicine in a different way, almost like on my own. I got to explore, as opposed to having a completely controlled setting with Mestizo tradition where it's not one by one. So with Shipibo, they go around and sing an Ikaro to you, them to you, as opposed to Mestizo tradition. It's like them controlling the space of the entire room at the same time. And then if there needs to be central focus on a single person, they do that. But with the Shipibo tradition, it's great for beginners because you get that one-on-one focus that you need, and their therapy throughout the week as well, honing in on why you're there, what your intentions are, what you're looking to get out of it, where you are in life, past traumas, things like that. I go down there with a lot of wounded veterans. For instance, my boy Steve Precious got one of his legs blown off as a Navy SEAL. And the man is just such a kind-hearted human being. So, gosh, I watch this hard dude who still runs ultra marathons and frickin' backpacks across the world, and he's just a go-getter. But this guy, he opened up to a new fucking, he shed so many layers of who he thought he was. And now he's like, I'll be with him in San Diego next week. He's just he's even more of a teddy bear now. It's freaking awesome. I can't stress enough what this plant medicine is not able, but going to do to our entire planet. We give it 20 years. 20 years where after the shit hits the fan and we get through, I hope, the final Great Depression, we will all come to and realize that we are one. It'll be like the human version of an Avatar movie where we will find utopia. It's going to come through some bullshit and drama and unwanted circumstances, but we're going to get there. Give it 20, 25 years once the coastal lines flood in and we finally realize, oh, yeah, that's where the right who's ignorant to global warming, mind you, we have the coldest day on record today in Minnesota. We're negative 60 right now. Better hope your pipes don't freeze. And the thing is, so they use that as an excuse. They throw that arrow in their quiver and they pull it out and they're like, see, global warming ain't shit. And they fail to realize that this is just a side skirt issue of what global warming is causing. This shouldn't be happening. Our polar ice caps are melting and not rebounding. And then we have these polar vortexes getting shot down, and it's going to continue to happen and be even worse, where we'll have kind of these ebbs and flows of a super warm winter and then uber cold. And then we'll get out of that and it'll dude, it's the coldest day on record today. And then in 3 days, it's about to be 37, 40 degrees out. All this snow, the 2 feet that we got, is going to be melting in a couple days. It's typically not the case in Minnesota. January and February are just uber cold, not these ebbs and flows with extreme cold conditions. So if we're not paying attention, we probably should now, because in 20, 25 years, we'll probably have less people on the planet and more understanding of what Mama Gaia is telling us. We got to be nice to her. Get that plastic out of the ocean. Yeah, I'm saying. With that being said, enjoy the show.
And I'm gonna be high as a fucking man.
And now, the stationary astronaut.
Here we are with Sophorn. The H is silent.
The H is silent, yes, indeed.
Yeah, dude, how are you?
I'm good. I'm great. Thank you, sir.
It's so crazy because, like, I see you around, and your little dude plays on my nephew's basketball team.
Yes, I've seen you. Out
it's
there, yeah.
nuts. And they just played in the championship game last weekend.
Right.
Took their first L all year.
I know. That was crazy. That was the crazy shot out there.
Bro. And the problem is it's my boy's son who hit the shot to go into overtime. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so I honestly, I like to see Goliath fall.
Right.
And you guys were unbeatable.
Yes,
and this
indeed.
is my nephew's team too.
Right,
you know?
right.
And you know, I've coached some of those kids in football and stuff, and it was coming, dog. Y'all got cocky.
Yeah. We should have pressed at the end. Yes, we should have pressed. Yes, indeed. So that was your nephew? Which one was your nephew?
My nephew's Caden. He's an 8th grader. He was number 45.
Oh, okay. All right.
Dude, he's grown. And your little dude actually knocked my 6th grade team out last year in the playoffs. First game of the playoffs.
Yeah.
So then you guys went on, I think, won the championship.
Yeah,
and then we went on and won the consolation.
Oh, really?
And I was like, dude, that was our only loss to you guys. And I was like, man, I want a rerun.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Y'all got your play.
Yo, we had our shot.
Right.
So let's kind of dial it in, bro. So you come from Utah.
Yes, I'm from Utah.
Prior to Utah, where'd you come from?
I was born and raised in Utah, bro.
You were born and raised in Utah.
I'm a citizen.
Yes,
I'm a citizen. I was born and raised in Utah, but I'm very highly influenced by my culture, Cambodians.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So where I was born, I went. It was definitely the slum of Salt Lake City. We live in West Valley City, which is the inner city. Can you hear me?
There we go.
Yeah, it was just that's where it all started. With so many Asian that migrated there, from the Khmer Rouge, from Laos, from Vietnam. So we learned to love, and grow together as a community that leads into an organized crime. You know what I mean? You know how that goes. But and that's where I started the gang life, man. I grew up, and that's all I know. And that's all I wanted to be. I always wanted to be, man. It's all I see. My two older brothers was a gang member, and that's all I wanted to be. My cousins, my neighbors. So I joined the gang, man. I joined the gang, but also not just for recognition or anything like that. It was more of protection. If you think about it, back in the '90s, early '90s, it's not like kids nowadays where they just join for the look or whatever it is that they're going for. But back then it was for protection, us against the Mexicans, so. And we had to protect ourselves, our people. But it was the wrong crowd. It's definitely the wrong crowd, But I wouldn't have any other way because it made me who I am today, you know what I mean? So, I do regret the things that I've done, but I don't regret, growing upon it,
Well, we all do.
Right.
And anyone who has been in the system. Have you ever been in the system?
I've been in the system.
There we go.
Yes.
So anyone who's been in the system, like Brian, the dude sitting to your right now, we've got Brian Lund in the backdrop writing a story, and his dad was forced to incarcerate me like 10 different times.
Oh, really?
Yeah, his dad was my sentencing judge for over a decade.
Oh, damn.
No joke, dude. And
how ironic is that, huh?
Because, it very. And so, I was a triple felon by the time I was 18.
Oh, wow.
And it's crazy because, like, I wouldn't change any of it.
Right.
And that's why when Sonny linked us up, I knew I needed to talk to you because I'd always see you, but I just didn't know your background. And then when I saw the article come out, I was like, okay, I need to talk to this guy. I need to get his story.
Right.
Because I know you can help so many kids.
Yes, my brother, man. That's my goal right now. I want to inspire people with my story, with my experience. Not that I want any unnecessary attention, not at all. I don't want to benefit nothing from it, but I want to impact at least one person, and after that one person, it's definitely a domino effect,
So with the gang you were running in, where was the gang's money coming from? Was it guns, drugs, trafficking, varying degree, wide plethora? Where was the money coming from?
The money, back in the 90s, this is when the drugs started coming in from California, from surrounding states. So it definitely was drugs, you know, and guns and stealing cars. You know, Grand Theft Auto definitely. You know, back in the late 90s, this is when the racing, you know, it started was coming to play. So, you know, car parts, stereos, you know, that's where we made our money. You know, car parts, stereos, drugs, guns. But guns was like gold to us, you know, that we treasure those. We don't sell those, you know. Yeah. But the thing is that, you know, people gotta make their money, but whatever. But that's where we came from. It was definitely the drugs and the car parts basically, and most of the time is and decks, stereos, speakers, amps, you know what I'm saying?
The golden age of decks.
Yes, indeed. When you pull them out, and you carry inside, yes, indeed, those ones.
And then they started including remotes.
Yeah.
And then the pop-out screens.
Yeah.
And it's like, dude, you always needed to upgrade your 98 Cutlass. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. I hear you.
I stopped going there, right? My driver's side window doesn't work anymore.
Yeah.
And I don't even lock the car.
Just take it out.
Okay.
So how was the demographic separated in Salt Lake City? So like how close were you guys to the Mexicans?
We were close. We were in the same neighborhood.
Oh,
and
shit.
This crazy thing is that there's only one way in. Well, I look at it as one way in, one way out. You know, neighborhood. You know, I mean, we had 3 blocks that was ours and 1 block that was theirs. You know what I'm saying? And then they were in the farther side, which they had to get through us to get out to where they needed to go to. You know, to get out of their neighborhood. You know, so. It's constantly, we see them all the time. There's only one corner store. So that corner store, we all go there. The Mexicans go there, we go there.
Yo.
You know? So it's on site, you know? So when mom's telling me to go get something, you know, I'm going with a couple guys, you know what I'm saying? And then your waist is heavy, you know? So you're out there, you know? And it happens all the time. And you hear these guys, I've witnessed so many deaths in there, you know? Like in my eyes, you know, since I was like 7, 8 years old. My brother's friend was killed right in front of me, you know? And my brother killed his friend on accident with a gun. Just all gang shit, you know? Just all gang shit. But many drive-bys. It was so bad, man. It was just so. I've shot 4 times, you know. So I'm immune to those.
So let's first off, we're not skipping over how you raised your mom's blood pressure.
Right.
I know for a fact you put your mom through some stressful situations.
I have. Yes,
we'll
indeed.
get to that.
Yes, indeed.
Let's go into the situation. So you've shot 4 times.
Yes.
Were they always out of cars?
4. Well, I got shot 4 times. Like,
You got shot 4 times?
Yeah, I got shot 4 times. So I got hit my neck here, my arm, and right here in my leg.
Which one hurt the worst?
Bro, I think it's the arm because I could feel they skid my bone.
Yeah.
But then other than that, this one just went quick, you know.
Ooh, you got
it
lucky,
went straight in
dude.
there, you know? You see? It
Yo.
went straight right there, but then it just like it skid.
Yeah.
And this one right here, it just nicked because I had my wallet on the side for somehow,
Yeah.
and it hit my wallet, but went through my wallet. You
Yo.
know? Yeah, but then right here, then I got one right here in my ribs where it broke my rib.
Oh,
yeah.
shout out to Benjamin Franklin for saving your ass.
Yes, indeed, right?
Yo, that's incredible. So the one on the neck,
Yeah.
bro, if that's a centimeter over, you're donezo.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. And I felt that rush, you know, I felt it. But it was at the time, the momentum was crazy, you know. So I had a steal on me too. So what I did, I was trying to pull it out, but it wasn't on time, you know. The fire was just, it was crazy, man. They were just unloading, you know. So I had to find a cover, but that cover, before I was covered, you know, I was shot multiple times already.
When did you get your first tattoo?
My first tattoo would have been, I would have said here. I did it myself.
Couldn't tell.
Yeah, I did it myself out of a pencil, and I used a lead with toothpaste, the prison way.
Yeah.
I was like 15, 14 years old, bro.
Okay.
I learned from the older guys.
Yeah.
They told me how to do it, so I just tested it out of myself, yeah. So it was some shit.
Did you guys ever have any turf wars with Mormons?
No.
What? No turf wars with Mormons?
I find them very annoying.
Yeah.
But they did what they have to do. You know what I mean? They're out there doing their thing. So I really can't. I can't knock on them. But I've no turf wars with them.
Bro, their version of drive-bys is a whole lot different than your guys's.
The thing is that we actually dodge these guys because they sit there and talk to us for hours. And like we see them like, dude, those are the Mormons, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Or we just give them shit throughout the whole day. Like, you know, we'll roll a joint in front of them and we'll smoke from them. Like, come on, you know you smoke this shit. You know? Like, yeah, we get yeah. But other than that, no turf wars at all.
Dude, I'll never forget the only time I ever got a Mormon kited. We had just graduated high school, and I went to school with this Mormon, John Bly. He was awesome, but his family was extremely nice, but he was a straight shooter.
Right.
And then I rolled up, and I had a box full of. I was selling a lot of weed.
Right.
I had a box filled with joints of all keef.
Oh shit.
They weren't even. It was no flour in there, just keef joints.
Right.
And I gave one to him, and I told him to tread lightly, but he didn't tread lightly. It was a graduation party we were at. He didn't tread lightly, and the dude was laying underneath the pool table by the end of the night in La La Land, just talking to himself. Like he's like the echo from the bottom of the pool table is so trippy. It's like, bro, get up here, man. There's ladies. There's a hot tub. Get it together, bro. We got jungle juice.
He definitely connected to God at the moment. Yes, indeed.
So, needless to say, he's a hippie now. He lives in a commune, and I think he left Mormonism thanks to me.
You looked out for him. That's crazy.
It's so funny because I always have to ask anyone who comes from Salt Lake City. It's just kind of like,
is there?
Did you ever go party at Brigham Young? Da 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 da.
No.
What year did you lose your virginity? I was 34. Shit like that, you know.
Yeah, I hear you.
It's always the same old story.
Yeah,
you know?
I hear that.
Okay, so you, in a nutshell, do you look at it as you escaped leaving Salt Lake City?
Escape as in like
you
I wanted to?
You got out of that life and it was like a breath of fresh air, almost like you escaped.
Yes. I felt like that. But I've kind of, at the moment when I left, it was what was going on is a lot of my friends was dying, you know, or in prison. And
one of two options.
Yes, indeed. You know, and then I sat there and talked to my mom and my dad. I was like, I gotta do something. You know, I can't be here. Mom was like, you know, you've seen there's so many going on. I mean, so much going on in my neighborhood that I gotta find my way out. You know, so fortunately, my sister live out here. You know, she's married. She moved out here. So I asked her, can I come out here? You know, so when I came out here, you know, like I said, it was really mellow and quiet. You know, like it's so different from the inner city. I didn't have to watch my back. I didn't have to worry what car, who's that, who, you know. It was just peace, you know. I finally found peace, but it was definitely an eye opener, you know. Like overall, you know, like as living in the inner city and you know, escaping the whole gang, you know. To me, it's just definitely an escape, you know. And I wouldn't have it any other way, bro. You know, it was definitely a life changer, you know, to be here.
So, what was your mom's? Because I know, like, drawing off my story, my mom, like, if she heard, it was like a traumatic event every night. I didn't come home because if she heard sirens, she always jumped up. That's my son. That's my son. That's my son. And because oftentimes it was.
Yes.
Whether it's me in the back of an ambulance because I got a freaking bottle smashed over my head, or you know, ending up in cuffs.
Right.
And I could only imagine. And I think when my mom had her heart attack when I was a junior in high school,
right.
I'm pretty sure it was attributed to me because of the fast life I was living.
Yes.
Did you ever have any instances like that?
Yes, I've had. Well, crazy story is that I'm adopted, you know, at the moment. I mean, you can call it surrogate, you know?
Yeah.
Because, well, I'm very close to my real mom now, you know, my biological mom. She's here in Rochester.
Okay.
But then I had my adopted mom, and she would stay up all night, bro.
Asian woman?
Asian. She's Asian as well. And she, they were actually friends.
Okay.
Yeah. And she would stay up, bro, and smoke cigarettes back to back and until I get home, you know? And she had a stroke and died 2000. After that, I got shot. She passed away in July. I was shot in September 11th, 2000. Yeah.
The fast life was catching up.
Yeah, it was. And then my dad started not giving a shit anymore because he just lost his wife. And then my son just got shot. So as soon as I got out of the hospital, I did whatever I did. It was just kind of sad to say. He was encouraging me, you know. It's like, you know, do whatever you got to do. You got to stay alive, you know. Do whatever you got to do. But after that, after I got locked up, came out, and after that, I thought I can't do this anymore, you know. I seen too many, so I came out here, you know. Yeah. But yes, my mom, she definitely went through hell, man, you know. It was scary, you know. It was scary because I came home that day, and my friend, he told me like, something's wrong with your mom. I came home, and her eyes was ready to roll back, you know. And she really couldn't speak to me. She was like gibberish, you know. And I really couldn't even get the last word out of her. I didn't even know what she's trying to say, you know. And she just, you know, she passed in. So that's back in 2000, July.
It's incredible how far unconditional love travels.
Yes, indeed.
With people who care for us.
Right.
Our caregivers.
Yes.
That help raise us.
Yes.
And until we have our own children, then we realize the levels of love that we're capable of, but also if they hurt, we hurt.
Yes.
If they go through stress, we go through stress.
Yes, indeed.
And how many kids do you have now?
I have 4 of them.
You have 4 kids?
4 of them.
All in Minnesota?
All in Minnesota.
One thing kind of observationally, all I see is a supportive father.
Yes.
And that is something where your escape from Salt Lake City made that possible, it seems.
Yes, yes.
It brought you these 4 blessings.
Yes, yes, indeed.
Brought your mother back in your life.
Yes, indeed.
You're around your sister.
Yes, I'm around my sister.
One thing I've always cherished with the Asian community is how close-knit they are.
Yes, yes.
And that is such a blessing, especially when more often than not, kind of like what we were talking about before we went hot, that 30 years.
Right.
Man, once everyone hopped on the boat and the airplanes and came over here and was able to keep that community,
right.
That's huge. I compare it to the Somali community up on Hiawatha, Minneapolis,
right.
Where it's like, dude, you want to feel culture, just walk down Hiawatha.
Right. I've heard.
You know, and same thing, we call it Asian Avenue.
Yeah.
Here in Rochester, bro. Cruise down Asian Avenue if you want to feel cultured.
Wow. Yeah.
But what do you see? You see family.
Right.
All the way down.
Yes, indeed.
And that's something that I think needs to translate into white America.
Right.
Because we're seeing so much disconnect right now.
Right.
Where cousins aren't even talking right now. I remember back in the day, dude, if you didn't talk to your aunt, you were basically evil. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If you didn't have a relationship with all your uncles,
right.
You got something wrong with you.
Right.
But now it's just the norm, you know?
Well, half of them voted for Trump.
That's what I'm saying. And it's the disconnect happens.
Right.
And where it's like, man, you're only as strong as your collective.
Right.
The people around you.
Right.
And that's what I've always cherished with the Asian community, especially.
Right.
You guys are very lucky. And it's something that's stuck true.
Yes.
That I don't think could ever be lost. Because right now we're seeing in our country there's so much delusion going on. No one can even piece it together.
Right.
I feel like I was just telling this yesterday. I feel like America as a whole needs to be put in a big headlock, and then we just need to give it a noogie.
Yes,
until it taps out and just says, okay, yeah, we don't know shit. Because everyone right now thinks they have the answers, and no one has the answers. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We're just a bunch of chickens with our head cut off.
Exactly. It is. I feel the same way, man.
Isn't that crazy when you come out of the system, and for so long your butt cheeks were against the wall, and all odds were stacked against you.
Right.
But then there's that redemption story, the heroic journey, where you make it out, you start a family. Can you kind of tell us how that felt?
It was definitely a blessing, bro. You know, definitely a blessing that I'm able to make a difference. You know, I mean, not just for myself, not just for my family and my kids, but for others that's around me. You know, and that's all I wanted to do. And then when I came out and you know, started, I believe the progress. You know, the whole progress is more important than the outcome. You know, because that's what make you who you are. You know, so throughout the whole situation, you know, man, I became resilient. You know, no mud, no lotus. You know. With that being said, it's like, you know, the lotus grows out of the mud. You know, the surroundings, the negativity.
Speaking my language right now.
So.
And the more clay and just like the more stuff you can plop in there, it's just going to make it even more.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
Cultures us.
Yes. And it makes me who I am today. And I'm being resilient and, you know, coming forth with what I'm doing today, you know. It opened doors for myself, for my kids. I always want to do this for my kids because of I feel like, you know, I'm 34 years old, bro, and I don't want them to any somehow, some way later in life, like, you know, happen like to feel like they give up or something, and they can't, you know, pursue. Like that's what I did, you know. I dropped out since I was 18, bro. I dropped out, you know, due to gang shit, and after that, and then I just picked up the book and just went on with my life. You know what I mean? Like I gotta do this, man, just for my kids, you know. And then that was my motivation, and so forth. Now it's more than that, bro. You know, it's a lot more for me to do than just for my kids. It's for the people. That's what I want to do it for, you know? It's for the people.
No mud, no Lotus.
No mud, no Lotus, yeah.
That is, there's no fat on it.
Right.
And anyone who's tried to grow a lotus flower, you get those big brown seeds and you shade off. You take sandpaper and you shade off one of the sides so it can pop through, and you just cross your fingers, and you plop it in. You get your clay, you get your mud in the bucket.
Right.
You plop it in, and you just pray to God.
Yes, indeed.
You pray to God that it's got the nutrients. And then check this out. You'll get 1 out of 4 to pop.
Right.
It'll pop, but you got to keep it alive. It won't even become a flower for like another year.
Right.
So you got to keep it alive. It's impossible in Minnesota.
Right.
There's no way. That's how I learned my lesson. I was actually just out of jail for the last time.
Right.
And I dug a garden. And I also ordered a bunch of lotus flower seeds.
Right.
So I was doing it by the book. I got a couple to pop out of like 8. And that's where I learned patience.
Oh, yes.
Because I didn't know. Because then once you get them to pop and you start Googling, I got to keep this mother trucker alive. So you bring it inside when winter comes. And that's where it's like, oh boy, you got a baby, you got to go find someone with a fish tank and talk them into letting you use their light system and throw mud and clay in their fish tank that's always had rock in it.
Mud and clay, yeah.
And then it lasts 3 weeks and dies.
Right. I believe that there's another saying about a bamboo, Chinese bamboo. I'm sure you've seen it. I mean, it was all over social media by entrepreneur. He called himself a wisdom entrepreneur. I believe. Sean, I forgot his last name, but he's a Thai guy.
Okay.
He was telling a story about how bamboos takes 5 years to grow. You know, you have to water them every day. You know, you keep them, nutrient every day, and then in 5 years, it'll start growing. In that 6 weeks, it'll grow 80 feet high. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's crazy. It's about life too. You know what I mean? We do everything every day. We see no progress. You know, but then the more you push, the more you keep on doing it, it will prosper, So I've seen that in my journey, Like I've been doing this forever, I've been here for like 14 years, 15 years, and I've been doing this, and then nobody really would give it recognition of anything, but it's cool, I really don't want the recognition, But then now I started making moves as I going to school, stepping out of my comfort zone. I've never ever, bro, had a Somalian friends. I had a few white friends, Never had a Mexican friend. But ever since I started going to school, I started to feel like these people are people now. You know what I'm saying? Because I was so into my own people. It's like you're either Asian or I don't fuck with you. You know what I'm saying? That's it. But now I feel so diverse. Like I feel I'm really living now. Like these are people. These are people. They're not artificial who you see on TVs. They're real people. I can fuck with these people. Yeah. And I love it, bro. I have friends from Ghana, from Congo. I got a few good white friends. You know what I mean? And Mexicans, the blacks, wherever. I mean, they're all. It's lovely now, bro. It's lovely now.
Isn't it crazy what Minnesota can do for you?
Yes, indeed.
And we are so different, and I talk about this all the time. We are so different from just the 2 states across our borders, Wisconsin and Iowa, dog. You go to Iowa, oh boy, you better bring a freaking GPS tracker with you. Same thing if you go to eastern Wisconsin, you don't want to get abducted by a serial killer, man. That's where the serial killers roll. And they don't just obsessively kill. They turn your body into lampshades.
Oh shit!
No joke.
I've never been out there like that. So.
Stay away, bro.
Yes, indeed.
Do not go.
I've never been to Wisconsin.
Go.
Don't talk to half our uncles.
Yeah,
oh shit!
Yeah, that's why we don't talk to half our uncles. They're Wisconsinites. No, I'm just kidding. They're white people. No, man, it's so interesting because I love to talk about the journey and where people were. And where you are now.
Yeah.
So to see this growth is huge, but in implementing it in everyday life,
right.
Have you seen that to be a kind of a grind in its own right?
Right. Yes, I do. I see that. You're asking as if
So like you're getting your GED.
Yeah.
And like when it comes to making employers believe you have changed, because that was my big thing, and I'm not even a minority.
Right.
Making employers believe this ex-felon is even worthy,
right?
To even get a sit down,
right,
and to get their foot in the door. Have you kind of seen some hurdles like that?
Yes, like when as I'm working now at the clinic, you know. I mean, the tattoos really knocks it off, you know. Like I just walk in there and then the name already, you know. And then when I walk in there, it's just like, what the fuck, you know. What the hell we getting ourselves into, you know. But you know, it's just the charisma, you know. It's how you present yourself, you know. Like to me, I walked in there. I was scared. I was nervous, bro. But I just had to give it my all, you know. I mean, like I was being authentic, being myself. You know, I wasn't sugarcoating shit. I didn't put on a facade, no mask, no nothing, nada, you know. I just walked in there just the way I am, you know. You get what you see, you know. And it's really up to you to give me a chance, you know. I mean, I really can't. Really, it's out of my control, you know. The least I can do is just be myself, you know. I think being yourself goes a long way, bro. And the gratitude that I brought along with me, yeah, it was a hurdle, definitely. But you know, I just learned to be myself. Just be in the present, you know. I learned that from meditation. Yeah, just be in the present.
So, what's your meditation practice like right now, or your spiritual practice?
I mean, I can't say I'm Buddhist. I'm in between Buddhist and Hinduism, you know.
You just don't squash ants?
Huh?
You just don't step on
I don't do
centipedes?
That. that's Jainism. That's tough, bro. I mean, I don't know how they can do that, but I mean, you just can't do it, you know, unintentionally. You know what I mean? Yeah. You don't know, you know. They walk with the bare foot, you know. But yeah, no, I would say more spiritual, you know. Yeah, I'm into meditation, just to insight, you know, to look at things as they are, you know, instead of trying to escape from it, you know. Like Vipassana meditation really takes you to reality, bro. You know what I'm saying? Not into a trance or any type of shit like that. Where people think like you're escaping from the real world now, bro. It's really you're going straight to the real world.
It like centers and grounds you.
Yes, indeed. It's self-discipline.
Yeah, it's kind of like magic, where it's like almost this immediate realization. Yeah. Especially once you close up. Yeah. It's like, oh my gosh, like I feel so incredible right now. Right. You feel like you just kind of like got a runner's high almost.
Yes, indeed. I mean, it feels good, man, to be in the present because, you know, when you're a child, right, when you're a baby, when you're a child, when you're playing with your own toys, you're always in the present, you know. And that's what meditation does. It brings you back to your origin, you know, just being in the present, in the moment. Because most of the majority of the time, we're either thinking about yesterday or we're just anxious about tomorrow, you know. Never in the present, you know, which just really matters today, you know.
I got a quote for you.
What's that?
If you keep one foot in yesterday and another foot in tomorrow, you're pissing on today.
No, that's good. That's gangster. No. Yes, indeed. I hear you on that.
But it's a metaphor to just, you know, be in the moment.
Yes, indeed.
And kind of like what we're talking about. And our favorite people, our favorite thinkers, our favorite doers are the ones who are uber focused on the moment.
Yes.
There's this talk about the flow state now and talking about how extreme athletes, Brian's an avid skier. People who put themselves in extreme situations are forced to be in the moment. You have no other choice, and that's what brings out the flow state.
Yes.
And it's like this place in our brain where it shuts off your frontal cortex. There's no more time for cognitive thought. It's just action.
Yes.
And that's the beauty of meditation, where it is just cutting out that chatter and just being.
Yes, just being. Yes, indeed, just being. Just for example, Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, Oprah, Russell Simmons, they're really into. I mean, that's their practice as well, you know. And hearing from them, you know, from being a successful, you know, figure, you know, it also helped me, you know, want to be a part of this meditation, you know. But for me, myself, it's just I'm finding myself. I'm still finding myself, you know. Like it's been a great journey, man. Like I've been through a lot of shit, bro. Like, you know, personal shit, you know, and I thank so that it happened because now I am who I am today, and I love who I am today, bro. I know I'm happy now, you know what I'm saying? I'm happy, bro, with everything, you know? And I make every day the best day of my life, bro. I shit you not. You know, I wake up with a great attitude. You know, I have 16 things I'm always grateful for every day, but it's always something different, you know? You know, I just wake up and I think of something, you know, what I'm grateful for, you know? You know, the clothes on my back, the new shoe, you know, anything. You know, just I'm grateful for everything, bro. And I'm very content with what I have, you know? And meditation has brought me to a whole new level of being a person, you know? Look at life different perspective, you know. Compassion, you know, understanding people, you know, instead of jumping to conclusion and shit like that, you know. I'm more open and try to understand and help people, you know. I've talked to a few people that I actually really impact them just because, you know, being compassionate about things, you know. And I love it, man. It feels good, bro. It feels good just helping people, man.
I think we got the name of the episode down, Uber Gratitude.
Uber Gratitude?
Uber Gratitude. There's levels of gratitude. Some people will say they're grateful,
Yeah.
But until they actually implement it in their daily practice,
yes, indeed.
That's where you're uber grateful, where it's like, no, nothing can knock me off because like I have this and I'm so lucky. I am free. And oftentimes, a lot of times, you have to get your freedom taken away for you to value it. And I know that had to happen to me multiple times where finally I adulted up.
Right.
And I realized, you know what? I actually value my freedom.
Yes.
And I'm thankful for it every single day. To the point, I slow down when I see police officers. Brian, I slow down when I see them po-po. Yep. I no longer walk around with a heavy belt line. If you get my drift, wink, 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 mother sucker. Subliminals. Okay, so I want to ask you this. I don't get to ask everyone this, but since we kind of have gone in this direction, I want to ask you. Do you have an inkling of what your spirit animal is?
No.
Get your shit together, Sophorn.
Inkling of my spirit animal?
What do you have? Do you have any elephants hanging on your wall? Do you have? Have you ever had have you ever compared yourself to maybe characteristics of an animal that maybe ring true in your own life?
Wow, do I have any elephant? You said hanging on my wall.
I don't know. I have elephants all up on my walls.
I do too. I have elephants. Just knowing the fact it's a Hindu god. So But no, bro. I really never thought about that.
Okay, so let's go down your top 5 traits that you would consider. Okay, so would patience be one of them?
Patient, you would say, yeah.
You're you, so you got to tell me. I'm just spitballing.
Before or now? I mean, I'm more patient now.
Let's talk now.
Okay, I'm more patient.
Okay, so patience.
Yeah.
Let's kind of start. So, like, when you think of a patient animal, I think of an animal that moves slow,
right?
Like melodic, hippo, a sloth,
right?
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They're more methodical with their approach. They'll take 4 days to get to the next tree,
right?
But it's okay,
right?
They're all the way in the moment,
right.
And when you were I bring up the sloth, but when you were talking, I was like, this mother sucker was a sloth in a past life. Just because you seem like the type to go with the flow. And like, I've been around you for 2 years.
Right.
And we don't even know each other.
Right.
But the thing is, I sit next to you in the stands.
Right.
And I'm like, this dude just rolls in, low key.
Right.
Always has his thing on his head,
right?
And he just keeps to himself,
right?
Stays quiet,
right? And
just moves,
right? You would say that. I would say that too. If anything, if you said animal, I'll say water.
What?
Yeah, water. Because I'm more like, I'm sure you've heard of the Bruce Lee quote, right? Be water, my friend.
Be water, my friend.
That really suits me. I mean, I feel like that's me. Like, you can put me anywhere and I can adapt real quick.
Okay.
And I just go with the flow. You know what I mean? I have nothing against anybody or nothing. So I mean, I can adapt real quick. You know, like I'm for all 4 seasons type of guy. You know.
Yo.
So I roll with everybody. You know. So.
Yo, we got a first in the stationary astronauts history. This dude just self-proclaimed his spirit animal is water.
Water, yeah, water. That's an animal.
He just took one of the main elements and ran with it. Dog. He just took the life source. Like, that is my spirit animal, bro.
That's the only animal I could think of.
No, but it makes sense though.
Yeah.
And I just actually, let me read this. I just grabbed this quote from Bruce Lee this morning.
Right.
It's very interesting. So, when you find yourself in a room surrounded by your enemies, you should tell yourself, I am not locked in here with you. You are locked in here with me. This is the kind of mindset you should have if you want to succeed in life. Get rid of that victim mentality. Bruce Lee.
Right. I love Bruce Lee, man.
Bro, you've been locked up.
Yeah.
And so many, 99% of them in there have this victim mentality. Wasn't my fault. No accountability.
Right.
And then once they start maybe going to like a 12-step program within confines, or they start going to church within, and they start realizing, they start admitting guilt.
Right.
Where it's like, it's beyond a guilty plea.
Right.
It's like, no, owning up to mistakes that you might not have gotten caught for.
Exactly.
And that's one thing that I saw so much was it's kind of like deteriorating to your spirit when you're surrounded by that. And that's why people get institutionalized when they've been locked up so many times. Because it's like, bro, you're around a bunch of victim mentalities who actually created victims in the streets.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like back asswards.
Right.
You know, woe is me. All the while we were the ones doing the dirt.
Yeah, playing victim. Yes, indeed.
You know?
Wow. I never thought of that way, bro. That's crazy.
I love it, man.
Yeah. There's another saying, I don't know from who, but you know what I mean, like, don't ever be anxious or nervous about going to a party or even an interview like this, you know what I'm saying? Like you're not good enough for them, or just show up. Are they ready for me? Like, I'm coming. Are they ready for me? You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I'm coming now. You know, like, are they ready? You know, because it's not like, you know, you walk in there like, I don't know about this. You know, that's my attitude. I was like, it's not like I came here to intimidate you guys, anything like that. No, I just feel that way. So that's the only way to overcome, you know, things. You know, what I mean, because you know, you get nervous, you know, anxious about things, but yeah, I didn't get, you know, nervous until last night. You know. I thought, like, damn, man, it's tomorrow at 10, bro. You know what I'm saying? I woke up this morning, and my girl's like, you know, have a good day, you know, good luck. And I was like, on the way here, I was like, these guys ready for me, you know what I'm saying? I just have to have that mentality, you know, that mindset, you know, for me to walk in here like a hero, I guess, you know?
No, dude.
Yeah.
And you have proven it, too, through your action, through
Right.
countless action.
Right.
And it kind of goes to show with your spirit animal. You go with the flow.
Right.
And so often, because we have like a very anxious society right now.
Right.
And if everyone would just wake up being grateful and telling themselves that, no, I'm just going to go with whatever life
Yes.
offers me
Yes,
today.
indeed.
And then that would subside a lot of anxiousness that we have.
I think it'll put away a lot of
Deep
suffering,
inside.
too, because sometimes we wake up, we think we're entitled to something. We have so much expectation, you know, or cling to things or to someone, you know. When you just, you know, detach yourself from all that, you know, clinginess or being entitled to something or expect something, or you expect your wife to cook you something in the morning, you know, that's decreasing, you know, eliminating a lot of suffering, you know. That's what suffering comes from, is from egos and from wanting, desiring, you know. If you can let go of all that, bro, the happiness is there. It's like what Buddha said, you know. You let go. If you drop the I and the want, you have happiness, bro. It's all there, you know what I'm saying? You feel me?
If you drop the I and the what?
This is stuff that it sounds like you've learned over the last 15 years, maybe.
I have learned,
Do you
yeah.
feel like some of the older people that you were living in Salt Lake City, let's say, you know, like the older generation, do you feel like that's something that they already knew that you kind of had to relearn as someone who came of age in the USA rather than in Cambodia? Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah. I've learned that from my parents, of course, you know. My parents and a lot of my brother's friend and stuff like that. They really don't tell me in those words, you know what I mean? Or really, you know, apply that to me. I just watch how they do, you know, and I put in my own words, you know what I mean?
Okay.
I kind of like, you know, analyze them on my own way, you know what I mean?
Gotcha.
Yeah, but you can say that, yeah. You know, like what I've learned in the last 15 years is a lot come from myself and my surroundings, you know. Yeah, you could say that, yeah.
Are some of these lessons things that you maybe heard someone older than you tell you but didn't quite understand when you were younger? Does that make sense? Have you like kind of like hit a plateau of understanding at some point and then thought back to a memory of some time that like somebody's grandma told you this?
Yeah.
I didn't understand.
Yeah, it's some point like that. Yeah, it's basically my parents, man. They're very very in depth with you know, with philosophy, if you want to say it. You know what I mean? Like things like that, you know. And they have me thinking. They'll say it. I don't think they expect me to know what it is. But I sit there and try, what the fuck are they trying to talk about here? You know, I don't understand, you know. But then now, yes, I've thought about it, you know. Now that I'm older, I analyze it, and then it makes sense. And, you know, I put it into perspective, you know what I mean?
Do you find that happening with your own kids now, too? Like where you'll drop a little piece of wisdom on them and it just seems like they don't haven't experienced enough to make it make sense yet?
Yeah, I drop it on my son, my oldest son. He's 12 years old. You know, all the time, bro. Every time I drop him off at school, I'll be kicking him knowledge all the time. And this one time, you know, just being a father, you know, just, you know, but trying to be his friend at the same time, you know. I dropped him off, and I see a bunch of girls coming out of the bus, you know what I'm saying? When this is his prime time where you have crushes on girls, shit like that. I was like, son, which girl looks the best, you know? White, black, Mexican, or Asian? He looked at me. He looked around. He's like, Papa, I think they're all beautiful because they're all human, bro. I was like, that shit fucking touched me, bro. I was like, holy shit.
Your son said that?
Yeah, my oldest son. Yeah.
Yo.
I was like, they're all human. I was like, fuck, man, I've done something right, you know what I'm saying? And ever since then, he'll shoot me like, you know, we text, and he'll shoot me, some, you know, like quotes, you know. He's 12 years old, bro. You know what I'm saying? He should be playing video games or whatever, but he rather than that, he shoots me quotes, you know, and then he'd have me and him will analyze it, decipher it, you know what I mean? Yo. It's pretty dope. Yeah.
He's ahead of his time.
Yeah. You can say. I mean, like, you know, I just want him to think a little bit further. You know what I'm saying? Because the pop culture is crazy, you know. And I grew up on that shit, you know. And And I lived that life, you know what I'm saying? I lived that West Coast Snoop Dogg life, you know, and it wasn't cool. You know, it was cool at the moment, but
it was. Let's hold on.
Yeah.
It was pretty cool.
It was cool, you know what I'm saying? But now it got me, you know, I still listen to them every now and then just to feel that, you know, 90. Yeah, that's the shit, bro.
You know?
Yeah. But yeah, definitely. I've learned that from my parents, man. Most of them.
Man, that's successful right there to have your 12-year-old son not sending you memes, sending you quotes.
Quotes, yeah. Send me.
You know
quotes,
what I'm
yeah.
saying?
Mm-hmm.
Because my 13-year-old nephew, 11-year-old nephew, bruh, they're freaking throwing up gang signs on Instagram. You know what I'm saying? White boy gang signs. And you know what white boy gang signs are? It's the freaking trending dance. You know what I'm saying? That's what they're sending me, dog. You know, or it's their high score on Fortnite or whatever the hell.
Oh shit!
But no, it's like that's obviously just chirping. But at the same time, it like goes to show where our youth is right now.
Right.
So whenever I hear that, your son right now is an outlier in the game of little kids.
Right.
And that's powerful because it means you've done your due diligence.
Yeah, I've tried, man. I've tried. That's the thing with him. Like, what's it there? Like, well, my kids meditate with me. You know what I'm saying? Just because I feel like they need it. Because my son, I want him to like you said about him. He was a ski. You know, like an athlete. You got to be in the moment when you're playing your game, and that's what I do for my oldest son. You know, I was like, bro, you want to be, you want to be on top of your game. You got to be at the moment. You know what I'm saying? So meditate with me. My other son, I don't know. I'm thinking he have ADHD or something. But I help him out, you know, with that. My daughter, she's very insecure about herself, so meditation helps her, you know. And my youngest one, my baby, she just loves doing what I do. So she finds meditation so cool because I do it, you know.
How old is she?
She's 8.
Yo,
yeah, so we all do it at the same time, you know. We do about 15 minutes in the morning, and then when I have them, you know, like 15 minutes in the morning and 15 minutes at night. Yeah.
Meditate to levitate, baby.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
It's and we're trying to instill that in kind of our home life as well, where it's like being aware.
Right.
Self-awareness is key.
Yes, indeed. Yes,
asking the right questions, asking the uncomfortable questions,
right.
The whys.
Yes.
You know, like, Dad, why is this happening?
Right.
And I can already see the shitstorm that's going to be coming to me with my daughter, where she goes to school and she might ask, why about the school diet?
Right.
Or, Dad, why do you send me with lunch every day? Dad, why do we have all these water filters on all of our faucets? You know what I'm saying? Dad.
Yes.
And that's where I can't wait to have those conversations.
Right.
Where I get to explain to her how fucked up our planet is, and we're just trying to protect it, baby.
Yes, indeed.
But not like woo-woo,
Yeah.
because I'm not a doomsday prepper.
Right.
It's just being proactive.
Yes.
In your mental health.
What's that?
Yeah, stay away from Uncle Jim. Uncle Jim's a serial killer, all right? Stay away from Uncle Jim. He lives across the border. Do not go to the other side of the Mississippi. Do not do it. Listen to the bald eagles. They're telling you, don't go. Don't go.
That's in Wisconsin? That's crazy.
No, bro, but it's like, have you ever visited your homeland?
I have.
Where your blood comes from?
Yeah, I have been 3 times. But I went there, it was like 95, 2000, 2005.
Okay.
Yeah, it was it felt good, man. It's just, your people. But now I don't say my people, because I believe like we are all people. Mm-hmm. So you're my people. We're all people, bro. But yeah, I mean, we're all Cambodians. That's there. You know what I mean? The language is spoken. The food is there. So it was great, man. It's beautiful. I mean, the scenery is awesome. The tropical, climate. It's beautiful, man. I get to see the temples. 1,000-year-old temple and the king's palace and stuff like that. It's beautiful, man.
Did you feel the feng shui?
Feng shui.
Did you feel the energy?
Yeah, I feel the energy. When we went at the temple, yeah, definitely. I feel so blessed, man. It's there, There's a lot of sacred and holy places in Cambodia, We're really highly influenced by India, So like, I don't know if I'm sure you heard the Angkor Wat, right? The
Angkor Wat,
yeah.
Yep.
It's made for the Hindu god, for Vishnu. But then it's been converted to a Buddhist temple now. Yeah, but it was originated as a Hindu temple. It was so highly, like I said, influenced by India. So yeah, like 98% there is Buddhist.
What time in the year 2000 did you go? That seems to be a massive year in your life.
2000. Oh man, the year 2000. I think it went in
Before or after Mama died?
before Mama died.
Before Mama
yeah,
died?
Yeah, because I went with Mom.
You went with your mom?
Yeah, I went with my mom. Yeah, in 95 I went with my mom. 95 I went with Mom. 2000 I went with Mom, and then 2005 I went with my dad.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's during the Cambodian New Year, April.
Okay.
Yeah, in April.
So it was just
Yeah,
kind
it
of
was in
before.
April, yeah.
It was before her death.
Yeah, it was before her death. I went there in 2000, April 2000.
Mm-hmm.
And before you were shot.
Yeah, and before I was shot.
And before
yeah.
you were shot.
Yeah. And it was, yeah. Yeah, it was Cambodian New Year's are in April. The
Yeah.
whole month of April is
Yep.
Cambodian New Year's. So, yeah.
Can you break down how you felt going there in 2000 and then how you felt going there post-death, post-Mama death and post-shot in 2005?
I went there.
Was there a noticeable difference?
As the country or?
No, how you felt.
Oh, how I
you're
felt.
going, dude, you're still living the life in 2000
Right.
and then post that 2005, you went back. Was
Right,
there a
right.
difference in kind of your perspective?
Yes, it was. I went there because I was a mama's boy, so
Mm-hmm.
I went there when I went with Mom. It was lovely, but she wasn't sick, She wasn't. She was great. We had fun, We did what we did, I've learned to adapt quick there. Like, I walked around with no shirt on, bro. I was Cambodian, like 100% Cambodian there,
Yo.
Yeah, I was with it, man. I was playing whatever, doing whatever with everybody, hopping into the, lakes with a bunch of leeches and shit. I didn't care, I was doing it, But
Did it strike you that it was a wildly different lifestyle? So, like in Salt Lake City, it was you and a bunch of other people of Cambodian descent that, like, were straight up from Cambodia in most of these cases.
yeah, they are.
Running around doing street stuff.
Yeah.
Whereas when you went back on vacation or on a trip, it was a whole country acting
Right.
in a more natural way. I would
Right,
suppose.
right.
Did that leave any impression on you?
Yeah, I feel like, to compare the two, is that I feel that Cambodia was as street as Salt Lake, you know what I mean?
Okay,
you know what I mean?
what I was gonna get to.
Yeah, it was a street because, it's a third world country, you know what I mean? You do or die, bro, you know what I mean? Like, out there, you eat for breakfast, but you don't know what you're going to have for lunch, You're striving, But I've seen those, within the people there, But it feels like I was there, like, I adapt quick because, you know what I mean? Like, I came from the street, like, we're out there, there's no manners, no nothing. So we're out there just doing the same shit, Like we hopping, in lakes and shit, fucking, I don't know, doing crazy shit on top of roof. I don't even know why I was in the roof. I was climbing coconut trees for the first time, Yeah, picking coconuts and shit, yeah.
So it was like similarly wild.
Yeah, it was similar. It was wild. Yeah, definitely was. So, yeah.
Different kind of drive-by dropping coconuts.
I know, right? Actually, I've seen a gang fight out there, bro. It was crazy. Like, these guys wasn't playing, bro. They came up with samurais, and started chopping each other, like, real talk, like, dude chopping chunks off his arm and shit, stabbing each other's car and shit. I was like, holy shit, this is more gangster than out here, I was scared, dude. But they don't speak, The things that they don't, when I say they don't speak, like if there's witness, they don't say shit. Like if the law would have came through, they'd be like, we don't see nothing.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's just,
Yeah.
No speak English.
no, never. And that happens in Salt Lake too. Shit happens. The police doesn't come until things are all over and done over with.
Okay.
They don't even come at night. You know what I'm saying? If somebody was happen to die at night, yeah, they'll come. But if it's a drive-by, they won't come till the next morning. Then they'll investigate. There's so much time for we can kill all that fucking evidence.
Yeah.
It's crazy, man.
Killed all the evidence.
Yeah, kill all the evidence.
What evidence, sir?
I
I see bullet holes, but I ain't got no shells. I don't know. I didn't see shit.
I didn't see shit.
Speaking of that type of thought process, what were some of the first things that after you decided you're leaving that lifestyle, what were some of the first like behaviors or habits that had basically ensured your safety that you wound up shedding? Do you know what I mean? So like that idea that like, oh, I've got this extra time, I can use it to clear evidence.
Right.
It seems like it's kind of a byproduct of a buildup of certain behaviors.
Yeah.
What were some of the things that you immediately had to start chipping away at? Like that you realized, if I'm going to turn my life around.
Character defects.
You know what I'm saying? Like, what were some habits that you wound up having to work hard to get rid of? Or
Oh, it's watch my back.
okay,
Is that what you're asking? Like those are the habits. When I'm
learning to let go of that idea.
Yeah.
Is essentially.
Yeah, but I still do that nowadays.
That's
I
what
mean,
I'm saying.
yeah, it's still there. I mean, it's not like anybody out here to kill me. It's just that it's just that habit, bro. You know what I'm saying? When I'm driving, I'm always looking. Like I'm always paying attention to my surroundings. I don't know who like me. I don't know. Who hate me. So I could get run up on any time. By anybody. It doesn't. It could just be just a random robbery. Yeah, I'm always on my toes. Always aware of my surrounding, man. I just had to be. If that's what you're asking.
Well, I guess I'm wondering then, at a certain point, like as you were starting to do your work in Rochester, did you start realizing like, oh, I need to just be a little more trusting, right? Like, was there some vulnerability that you had to let in?
Oh,
in terms
okay.
Of, like moving forward.
Yeah, makes sense. Yeah, trusting, bro. Definitely trusting, and to accept, to accept others,
How did you teach yourself that? What were some of the first ways that you started honing those abilities?
It was really from reading, bro. It's reading and self-help books, and starting to look at things the bigger way, instead of, me, me, my gang, me and my family, it's more like I'm more compassionate about everything now, just looking out, just having an open mind,
Okay.
Yeah, so I learned to accept, I learned to trust again, and I just got out from a relationship, so I've learned to love again, so. But what brought me, the biggest thing that really pushed me was definitely trust, bro. Trust in the people, trust in the system, trust in, the people around me, man. Like, especially the system, because the system was, I believe every system's crooked, it's corrupted, but,
It's made up of humans. And
yes,
all humans are
yes, indeed, yes, indeed.
They have to be that way.
Yeah, it's sad. But yeah, I learned to not fully trust the system, but I just live by the rules,
Okay.
And so I don't have to, have second thoughts about anything, It's just,
You respect the defects. You
I just-
understand it a little bit better. You know how
Yes.
to maneuver around.
Yeah.
I know how to self-represent.
Yes,
if you get
yeah.
my drift.
Yeah.
I know what,
Yes, indeed.
what and what not to say in
Yeah.
court. You
what
get
not
my
to
drift.
say, what not to do.
Do
or
not
how to act,
self-incriminate. Don't say shit. There's these two attorneys, these two criminal law attorneys that they're marijuana advocates out, I think, in Colorado or Oregon, and they have this hopping Instagram channel, like 1 million followers, where they just sit there, each smoke a joint or a backwoods. And they freaking are just yelling into the camera, "Don't say shit. This is what you do." No, they're basically helping out criminals, and they got just a hopping Instagram channel, just smoking weed, and they're attorneys. But that was probably the one thing, Brian, talking about kind of what you had to leave behind. It was almost like the lack of trust in the system, more so the acceptance of the system.
Right.
Because eventually it gets to the point where I'm in a book club with your dad now, Brian. I don't know if you know that. Me, him, and Creasel got a book club
shit.
going. You know what I'm saying?
That's crazy,
Yeah,
man.
dude. Full circle. And we'll sit there
crazy.
and we'll drink our IPAs and talk about a book. And we're just weird like that. But at the same time, it's like I had to get to the point where it's like, it's kind of like once you learn to love yourself, you learn to love the process.
Yeah.
And part of the process is your freaking prosecuting attorney who... Eric Woodford, who one of our really good family friends ends up dating his daughter, and then all of a sudden we're having grill outs with one another. And it's
Right.
like, oh, he's a human being. We're throwing a football back and forth.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I never thought in a million years that would happen. But once you start getting your shit together, you realize, oh, there's a method to the madness. Even the cops that beat my ass in 2010 in Minneapolis, I was a little asshole.
Right.
I wasn't going for my waistband, but I deserved getting my ass kicked.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They might have lied in the report, but
Right.
I still doesn't mean I didn't have it coming.
Right.
And it's like, at the time, you have that victim mentality.
Right.
But eventually, it gets to the point, once you backtrack and you replay, you're like, dude, I had everything coming and then some.
Yes, indeed.
You know?
You knew it. Yes, indeed. It's crazy how you say you can sit and have this book talk with his father, right?
Yeah.
That's what it is. When I went first to the Buddhist practice, I ran into an enemy, which I didn't even know this kid. I didn't know nothing about him. And I came in with a pure mind, Like I didn't have, that gang life was gone, And we sat there for a minute and we did our, practice. Then I went outside asking for a lighter, I was bro, you got a lighter. And he was very, very, like, scared, or nervous,
Yeah.
And we talked for a bit, and then I got to know his name, and then he's like, "Yo, I heard of you, blah blah blah." I was like, "I'm from here, I'm a blood." I was like, "Okay." It didn't shook me because I was in that state of mind. I was like, "Okay, good for you." You know what I'm saying? Like, but he goes, "I'm not about that anymore, bro." You know what I'm saying? So I started kicking him knowledge, but like, where I came from, just to sum my life story, And after that, I seen him at the bar, bro, and then me and my friends and him and his friends, And he totally shut down, bro. He came to me and like, yo, bro, thank you. You know what I'm saying? And it was weird because, you got two different sides really shaking hands, So I was like, bro, but I told my buddies, like, man, he's cool, you know what I'm saying? Like, leave him alone, you know what I'm saying? I got him, like, if anything, I vouch for him, And then we were humans, you know. We can get along, you know what I'm saying? We didn't have to fight, bro. We didn't have to pull out guns and start shooting each other. And I respect the kid, you know. If I can make an impact on the other side, you know, and he can tell his people, man, that's all I want, man. You know, it's all nothing but love and peace here, bro. You know, I want nothing more than that, man. And we're both Cambodian. How long are we gonna continue doing this shit? You know, we came to the country like that. You know what I mean? Like we ran away from Cambodia, killing Cambodians. How long are we gonna keep on doing this? You know? So like, when is this gonna end? You know? So I gotta break that barrier. You know what I mean? Even though if there's friends or you know, my associates, whatever, don't agree with me, I don't care, because I gotta do this not just for me, but for my kids, for your kids, man. You know what I mean? For everybody's kids. You know what I'm saying? I don't want this. You know, I don't want to see this anymore. I've gone through that path. It wasn't fun. It wasn't cool. Been shot, nearly died. You know? Yeah. So
it's incredible. It's full circle. It's all love, baby.
Yeah.
What were you gonna say, Brian?
Brothers, the people that you followed into that lifestyle, talk at all about why they felt the need to sort of participate in that to begin with?
In the gang?
Yeah, it strikes me that at some point one of your brothers might have been the first one to be involved. Right?
Yeah,
they might have talked to you about how it started. Or
they never talked to me about it. Like they expect me to know, like not to be a part of it. But my oldest brother, I got two older brothers. They're really, you know, heavy into that. You know, first they were just a partier, whatever, posers or whatever, and then they started becoming gangs because of the neighborhood, you know. But they'd really never tell me, like, don't be a part of it or anything like that. I just grew onto it, you know.
So theirs was almost a slow motion fall into it.
Yeah.
Based on just kind of like fun-seeking behavior
that
wound up becoming very serious.
Yes. And that's how my second older brother accidentally killed his friend, because they were going to go do a drive-by, you know, prior to that shooting, you know. And he had a gun just pointing at him like that, you know. Then the gun went off. He killed his own best friend, bro. They were planning to go into the NBA together, you know. That's the crazy shit. But he still hurt till today, you know. But I've learned from that. I've seen all that craziness, bro. And I've seen he walked outside after he killed his friend. I asked him, I said, where you going, bro? And he didn't answer me. He just booked off. He booked to go to the pool hall to tell my older brother that he killed his friend, you know. And he turned himself in, though. He didn't run. He came and turned himself in, yeah. So
how many years did he end up doing?
When he did that, he was 17. Mm-hmm. He was still you know, a minor. Mm-hmm. So I think he did like 3 years.
3 years?
3 years, yeah. Because the parents didn't really press charge.
Yeah.
Because you know, they were friends. It was unintentional, you know. Mm-hmm. So it was about 3 years, I believe. Yeah.
Man, that is, gosh, you have such an inspirational story. It's one that needs to continue to be told.
Right.
And it's almost like we just need to just keep hammering it home, because your story is not unique.
Right.
It's unique to you.
Right.
It's unique to the situation.
Yeah.
But it's going on. Dude, like these Sudanese cats who are just off the chains, dude. You go to North Minneapolis, these Somali cats off the chains, like 21-year-old kids, like they might not end today breathing.
Wow.
You know, and that's the thing, is like it's just so consistent.
Wow.
Where this lifestyle becomes a statistic instead of a unique story.
Right.
And that's something that needs to be portrayed, because we see what's happening with the prison industrial complex, dude. Minorities are Fucksville.
Right.
There's this freaking wall that's about to go up for no goddamn reason. Mm-hmm. Hispanics are Fucksville in this country right now. They're in a lot of trouble.
Right.
Doors are getting kicked in.
Right.
To the point, you know, my boy Jose Gallardo's down on the border, as an attorney, just fighting for rights.
Holy
and
shit.
the thing is he ain't even making a dent.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
He might make a dent in one life, but that one life is still just a statistic.
Right.
So we opened borders way back in the day.
Right.
And all of a sudden, we think we should just fucking close them. But the thing is we're a cesspool of different colors and creeds. Why would we want to change that? That's what made us the United States.
Yes, indeed.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And then you got cats who are like, I've got my boy, Saeed Roble, who I got to link you up with, Somalian. He's doing a bunch of good back in his homeland, all the while living here. Right. He had a child. Him and his wife traveled. His child was born in Somalia, but they were only on vacation.
Oh shit!
You know, early baby came early. They thought they would be back in the States in time. That baby is now like a Somali a part of the Somali province,
Oh,
not
shit.
America. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So his wife and his baby are stuck in Somalia right now.
Oh, shit.
All the while, it's like he's got a newborn.
Right.
That was supposed to be born here.
Right.
And would have been grandfathered in.
Right.
But little things like that
Yeah.
change the entire dynamic of that man's life forever.
Yes, indeed.
You know what I'm saying? And it's something like your mom did you a big solid.
Right.
Your birth mom did you a big solid, putting you in the right situation at the time that was needed to be done.
Right.
And it put you where you are right now.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. I'm grateful for all that. I'm grateful for her. We're really close.
Mm-hmm.
I still call her mom, because we live in the same household, bro. How crazy does it sound?
What?
Yeah, it feels like that. Like my dad had 2 wives at the moment. Although we live in a Mormon state, where we wasn't practicing polygamy and anything like that. You know what I'm saying?
Are you taller than her?
Huh? Yeah, I'm taller than her.
Do you give her kisses on the forehead?
Yeah, I do. I do all the time. Brother.
I knew it.
All the time. That's my mom. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, the forehead. That.
Forehead kisses,
Yes,
man.
indeed.
Moms love them.
Yes, indeed. I carry her, bro. She's really small. Really small Asian. She's really small. Yeah, but I've grown to recently here, bro. Maybe like the last 4 or 5 years. I've grown to like really been close to her, because I feel like my mom that passed away. If I get close to her, I would betray her. Like you know what I'm saying. But not like they're both moms. You know what I mean? One took care of me. One gave me birth. You know what I'm saying? So. They're both moms to me, and I love both of them,
Freaking double momming it, dude.
Yeah, I know, right? It's crazy.
Double fisting little moms. Come here, mama.
I know, right?
Yeah, bro. I
it's
love
lovely.
short moms. There's something just so awesome about them. Oftentimes, they're really good at cooking.
Yeah.
They.
All the time. Yes, indeed.
No, I'm just, you know what I'm saying? I'm clichéing it, you know? They're really good at cooking. They give the best, like, waist hugs.
Yes.
Because they can't reach up top, so they give
yes,
you
indeed.
really good waist hugs.
You just feel a lot better. I know, I'm short, I just feel a lot better when I hug her. I was like, shit, mom. I feel tall and shit. I feel good,
Okay, so we've got the music came on, which is our cue.
Right.
We've already pumped out over an hour.
Okay.
This is incredible, man.
Thank you, man. I appreciate
Seriously,
it.
thank you,
Yeah.
thank you.
Thank you for the
anything
opportunity.
we can do for you. You already know you've got our stamp of approval.
Yes, indeed.
Let's get you into some high schools. Let's
Yes.
get you telling your story.
Yes, indeed.
Let's get this dialed in.
I would love to, man. I would love to. Matter of fact, next week I'm going to Hawthorne to speak,
You are.
Yeah, in a psychology class about meditation and about, what I've been talking to you about.
Yo,
Yeah,
let's
so-
go, dude.
Yes, indeed.
I'll
Yes,
bring you to a grand rounds, which is open to public in the psych department at Mayo Clinic, too.
Okay.
I'll bring you to a grand rounds as
Oh,
well.
wow.
We'll
That's
get one of
awesome.
those dialed in.
Yeah, definitely, bro. Anything for the people, man. Like really, man. That's what I'm here for, And that's really my goal, man. I really want to make a change. Like, who said that? Mahatma Gandhi, right? He said, "Is it him or who's? Oh no, Steve Jobs. I think so. He's like, is the one that's the craziest one. I think that can change the world. The world often do.
Yeah.
I think that's him. I just read it yesterday.
I'm trying to define it. The craziest people that think they can actually think they can change the world often do.
Yeah, I think it's
I don't know, dude. We're trying to be scientists right now. We're Googleologists over here, right, Brian? You big boy, you little ski bum over there. You and your long hair with your beanie on and your freaking zip up
you guys
jacket.
originated from here or what?
Yep.
I originated from my daddy. My daddy's ball sack.
Me too, bro.
Yeah, I know, it's crazy.
Yeah, it says here, yeah. It says, because the people who are crazy enough to think they can change the world are the ones who do. And that's from Steve Jobs. And I feel like, that really pushed me, bro, when I seen that. I was like, I don't care what, I have friends, bro, that really tell me, like, man, you ain't gonna do shit. All these people, you think they make a fucking change in the world, you know what I'm saying? I wasn't mad at him, bro. You know what I'm saying? I just feel like it was the motivation, and I feel him that how he come upon that and see that, I was never mad at him, bro. I just wanted to really inform him that we can make a change, bro. Like if we really, it's a willpower, and that's what it did for me. It's just I'm willing to do it.
The naysayers, I learned, and kind of like you, I learned to quit conflicting with them and just kind of love them more, where it's like, something brought you to this point where you're you say negative shit like that. You're buzzkills.
Yeah.
Where it's like, no, dude, you just need a hug.
Right. Yes.
Let me give you a hug.
That's what I say to him.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, come here, brother. You know what I'm saying? It's all good. Let's take a shot. You know what I'm saying? Real talk, bro. You know what I'm saying? I don't, you can't really, fire. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't fuel it that way. You can't put out fire that way.
MLK, bro. You can't beat hate with hate, dog.
Yes, indeed. Yes. Yeah, you gotta
Only
beat it.
love can conquer that, baby.
That's lovely. I seen that yesterday too, bro.
Okay, so I love you guys so much. Thanks for
thank you.
coming
Appreciate
out.
it.
See you at Hawthorne next week.
Yes, indeed.
All right, brother.
Thank you.